on forgiving such a child limitlessly for all times to come? It's possible. Then you would be unkind to a criminal and unkind to the innocent children. You will be responsible for the suffering caused by such a child to the other sisters or brothers. So understand the philosophy of sin through your own personal human experiences. And your inner wisdom would declare that that is exactly how it should be in relation to God. There is no other philosophy which can govern this relationship.
I should perhaps repeat the last part of the question, which is where is the line drawn between those who go to paradise and those who go to hell?
Yes. The Holy Quran draws this line very conspicuously, yet invisibly for mankind. I'll explain why. It's not a paradox, it's a situation of compulsion. The Holy Quran says, La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha laha ma kasabat wa alayha maktasabat. Man would not be burdened beyond his capacity. This is the overriding law. And for him is what he earns, and against him is what he does by way of wrongdoing. Now, this is a very important principle. When we talk of misbehavior, we forget that misbehavior should be understood differently in different connotations. A child who has been brought up in a poor society, a society which has been confronted with hunger and daily problems, his misbehavior cannot be judged exactly as that of a child who has been brought up in much more fortunate circumstances, where to steal for him is not a need, where to strike others is not a daily compulsion of life. But how can you judge? Some judges, some people who are responsible for running the system of justice have started attempting to make a differentiation between circumstances which caused someone to misbehave. But it is impossible for man to clearly see the line which differentiates a truly committed criminal and the one who has some justification. So the Holy Quran tells us it is God only who would see these lines, and he would reward you justly according to the situation in which you behaved in a certain manner. I hope I have made myself clear on this, or not?
I think so.
Yes.
Another question from MC Greenleaf. Should state and religion be kept separate? That is there any place in the modern world for a theocratic state?
Certainly not according to the Holy Quran. There is no room for a theocratic state. Islam is a religion which emphasizes the role of secularism in governments. I have recited to you many verses of the Holy Quran in which this has been clearly and repeatedly mentioned, that in the dispensation of your responsibilities as members of governments, you must discharge your responsibilities with the principle of absolute justice, regardless of what religion, what color, creed, people under you belong. The only known system of dispensation of government to Islam is that based on absolute justice. So because I did not have time to speak on democracy, that is why I left this portion out.
Well, you have a few minutes if you want to expand on that. Do you want to go on a bit about democracy?
No, of course. I'm quite happy. I feel at ease.
Otherwise, we could take one or two more questions.
Yes, please.
This is from Shakil. religion was needed at times when humanity was not cultured or civilized. Do you agree, sir, that religion is making mankind uncivilized today? More killings have been done in the name of religion.
Well, first of all, I should beg to differ with this statement that more killings have been done in the name of religion. I think the killings which were caused by the Second World War were far more than all the killings in the whole human history done in the name of religion. And those killings which have been attributed to religion, if you look at them more closely, you will be horrified to learn that it is politics which is exploiting religion to spread hatred and kill others. The people who move the pawns have invisible hands. And the pawns which move you see and observe. So this is one of the subjects I have discussed in my book which you refer to, that what we understand by the religious madness. Of course it is religious matters which is employed to disturb the peace of mankind repeatedly, but not because of the religion itself. No religion at its sources, when it is pure, ever advocates hatred in the name of love and murder in the name of God. Always at the sources when religion is purest, religion is at the receiving end of cruelties. It admonishes patience. It admonishes love in return for cruelties and hatred. So it is not truly religion which is responsible, either it is a misconceived and destroyed concept of religion, corrupted concept of religion, or exploitation of such religions when they have become corrupted by the hands of the politician. With due apologies to the politicians, please.
Well, I think that's all the questions that we have time for. Thank you very much for submitting so many, and I will now ask His Holiness to conclude the meeting by leading us in silent prayer.
This is the African way of expressing themselves. All right, now, again, let me remind you that Islam is a religion of, a very magnanimous approach and attitude. It is impossible even to expect someone out of courtesy to join someone in a religious rite if he does not so desire. Now, this is not a right, of course. Prayer is common to every religion, and every man, I think it should be common to every man. So if you want to join me in that silent prayer, you are most welcome. If you have any hesitations, please do not join, and remember God as you may please. Thank you. Amen. Thank you.